Hi, I am Ray from the Power Revolution. How y'all doing? Spreading the prophetic joy across the nation. That's me. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to y'all about love. Love. So it came to my spirit right now, and I had to just stop everything and just come to y'all and give you this word. You know, a lot of people, a lot of us singles, especially as single women, we struggle with whether we're the right weight, our hair is right, our finances are right, if we have everything that we need to attract that one, that perfect mate, our power mate, that we can be that power couple with. And we struggle, and we'll get in relationships, and we'll get in relationships with a guy that love bombs us, or we'll get in a relationship with a guy that leaves our texts on read, or we'll get in a relationship with a guy that, I don't know, just it seems like we have a lot of work to try to prove to them that we're valuable, or prove to them that we are worthy of, getting married, or being committed to, or just really being loved. And that is so wrong. And I think what it all stems from is fear. And it's just not really understanding your intrinsic value as a woman of God. The rich heritage that God has given us is that we are made in His image. Both men and women were made and fashioned from the side, from the glory, from the Holy Spirit, from the light of Jesus Christ. We were literally created, molded, formed, and fashioned by the light of Christ, taken from His side by God, so that Jesus would have a bride, so that Jesus would have a helpmate. So all of us, men and women, were made in His image. Now, here's the thing, okay? When you are made by God, for God, then whoever He unites with you will be aligned to your spiritual purpose. But more than that, He will love you, as he or she will love you exactly as you are. Now, for men, they struggle with having the right amount of money, or education, or home, or background, or whatever it is, and they'll delay getting married or committing until they feel like they have everything exactly the way they should. But God doesn't always work like that. For an example, David and Abigail. David was not yet king. He was out in the wilderness. He was homeless, living out there in the desert, fighting for his bread. He was a leader. He was strong. He was prophetic. He had a deep, heartfelt relationship with God. But financially and circumstantially, he had not arrived yet. And there was Abigail. She was married to a fool. The man's name, literally, Nabal, meant fool. And he was gluttonous. He was evil. He was greedy. And he did not have wisdom. And their paths crossed. Their paths intertwined. David and Abigail's paths crossed when they were both in dire situations and dire circumstances. Nabal ended up dropping dead, and David ended up scooping up the hottie. He scooped up him a wife. Not just a wife, but a prophetess that prophesied him into the kingdom, because as soon as he acquired her, he became king. So what's interesting also is that, okay, and then look at Ruth. Ruth met Boaz. She was out in the field. People called her a Moabitess dog, which means a bee. They looked at her as less than a servant, less than a slave. She was less than that in status. Wild hair, poor, raggedy, tired, may not even smell that great. Because in fact, Naomi told her to go wash before she went down there to tell Boaz, look at me, I think I might be the one for you. She said go wash. So the girl was smelly. She was funky. And because she worked out in the field, she picked up, pieces of grain that even the servants left behind that normally would go to the dogs. That's how low people treated her. They looked at her as an idol worshiper, a witch, an outcast, a pagan. She wasn't one of their kind. But Boaz loved her, dirt, funk, and all, because he saw her heart. He saw her heart for the Lord. He saw her loyalty, her passion, her integrity, and that to him shined brighter than her outer accoutrement. To him, that was her glory that she wore. It wasn't how good she smelled. It wasn't her clothes, the way she did her hair. He loved her just as she was. And then he felt so humble and honored that she loved him. He was like, you didn't even look at these young men and you chose this old man? You loved me? He was that enamored with her spirit, with her soul, that he didn't even see he was the wealthiest man in the land. What he did see was that her heart chose him out of all people because of his spirit and her spirit aligning to the purpose. And they became ancestors of Jesus Christ. And this was a widow woman, a woman that was not a virgin. That to people in that country, she had expired on her value. But not to Boaz, not to Boaz. So when God brings you that man or that woman into your life, no, you may not circumstantially be ready or have everything together. No, you may not be the prettiest model on IG, but he will love you just as you are. She will love you just as you are. And that is the truth, Ruth. All right, I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed and God-filled day. And that is your love bite for this week.